Testing. Okay, audio works. We are live, and that is fantastic. Welcome to another Tuesday. It is 5/3, so that's May 3rd. We're almost halfway through the year, guys, of 2022. Yay. And we're going to get started. So, recap from last week after you guys had defeated the Hydra with the 6 heads and took care of its offspring. You guys decided that you guys were continuing forward, and during the evenings, Gaia has been hearing the singing, a song that is within that she's heard throughout her entire youth. It's a very well known song of throughout the siren community, and the next day they came up upon an island. And that island, perhaps a bunch of sirens. You guys went to the island. First, Gaia, she flew to the island, and as she came forward, you guys had seen that all the other sirens that were flying around stopped singing and flew back down to the island and you didn't really see them again. But as Gaia, you approached the island and you made steps. One curious small little siren, a young kid around maybe 8 or 11-ish years old, was curious enough to watch you from afar. But you doing your little cool dancey dance that you know of the old woods, which is something she had never seen before. She was like, oh my gosh, you're my new best friend. How did you do that? And teach me. And from there, brought down a guardian named Quinn and another nomad, siren nomad named C. Quinn is very suspicious, doesn't really trust outsiders too much.
No.
Oh, it's Caitlin.
No, I didn't
I can hear Caitlin through
Got
your
some
mic.
background also.
Yeah, through your mic. And what was I say? And C, who is a little bit more of welcoming, kind of like good cop, bad cop, curious why you guys are here, just more of like, oh, hey, guests in a sense. And Quinn explains, and C explains that throughout the siren's life or this nomadic life, they have either been like sought after or in their view have been chased or always having to protect themselves, which isn't necessarily the most uncommon in Thylea. So it's very more of like a protective stance. They move around often so that they live, basically. And seems to be one of those generational things that kind of just continue forward. They seem very, very, very avid in worshiping possibly Thylea, not possibly, absolutely. When Gaia gave the instruction, told that, oh yeah, she follows Thylea, and she has been, in a sense, blessed by her. It completely changed their attitudes towards the group, and to Gaia specifically, where she is now like, oh, you praise the mother goddess, we praise the mother goddess, we praise the mother goddess together. And that she has been blessed in a sense that she must talk to someone called Liero. And from there they asked and Hea to go get Liero and bring this person back. And that's where we left off. If you guys have any questions before we continue forward, just let me know. But it's in your court.
Shit, hold on. Did have I know that I made a comment that I wanted to go tell the ship to go this side of the island to keep some kind of visibility from the land dwellers and the boat people. Have I done that yet?
I would say that this would have been included when they went to go, when Enheda went to go get Lero. So this would have been an easy, oh yes, we'll tell the ship, hey, don't be over here. Go hide. And that's fine. Actually, just delete them.
Okay.
There we go. So yeah, so they make their way onto the you guys are going east. So they make their way on like to the southwest side of the island where they're hidden. So you guys feel safe. Or the ship feels safe.
You, Quinn, either one really? How many generations have you been island hopping?
Quinn looks over and she's like, I myself is 267, I think. Don't count very much. But our people have been for a long time. Since the island that we used to call home fell underneath the waves.
What? Well, do you have a map?
Not so much. Everything is by this and this. And she points to her head and her heart.
Gaia will just say like, okay, well, come here for a moment. Let me show you something. She'll like kind of sit on the ground and draw the island, the main, very rough. She's like, okay, so we hailed from Tros, which I know that market. So like we were taking a trip from here across the coast to this area.
It's more here, and that's more over here.
Doesn't Mythos have
Yeah.
a map that him and Calder were working on originally?
Yeah, but he wouldn't pull it out. No, he would help Gaia draw one in the sand.
Awesome. Yeah. So like I'll go to John and like this is good. I am not my forte. So Mythos, if you want to point that out, draw that line chart the path we were taking. Just for you to know, Quinn, and I'm gonna pass along, kind of like highlight on the west coast, like around here where the peninsula kind of curves in and makes another mini bay. That's fairly large, but not that big. There's a lot of mountain ranges, cliff sides along the seafront. That is where I am. It's a mainly siren village. There may be a couple other scragglers in there who are not winged, but are welcome, as not all land dwellers or land walkers are bad people, as I am with only land walkers and they're good people. But if you are ever looking for an area to stop moving to home, you can go there. They'd be more than willing to welcome you to the cliffside. There's so much cliff. So much. And I'm sure, as you know, as you have pointed to the base up in the sky, your dwellings up top is very good deterrent for people who can't soar. So the cliff face is very safe and protected. Still get the ocean. It's a lovely place. Great view.
Quinn looks.
Just a recommendation.
Quinn takes a look as she looks at your rough map, and she's like, "That looks something similar." And she kind of just really kind of hones in on it as she kind of memorizes that particular coast of land. And she says, "I don't know how it would be for our people to be nomadic for so long and then just not."
Right.
But I can ask, and if there's more of our people, that is reassuring.
All I'm doing is providing information. Do with it as you see fit, but I feel like it's just important to know that you don't you don't have to keep moving. If you don't, if your wings are getting a little achy, you're more than welcome to settle.
Go ahead and make a persuasion. Like a general persuasion. It's fine. Wasn't a high DC, so that's perfect. You already having, given that you are a worshiper of Thylea, you speak her good name and all that good stuff, and you can see that she is closer, a little bit more towards her 300-year mark, and you can see like even though she says like the idea of being a nomad, being someone who's traveling all the time, and then suddenly stopping is such a deviation from where they usually anyone is. But then there's also a bit of a like wariness around her eyes. Like these people travel all the time. They're always on the move, and you absolutely know the dangers of the sea and the dangers, of course, of the sky, the storm, Sidon, and everything like that.
Yeah.
So you absolutely can see there is a little something that you had put in her head a bit, and you can also see the male, him as well, kind of be like, interesting, as he takes out a notebook and he starts drawing out or not drawing, it's more of like charcoal on your finger and then sketching it out on like a rough piece of cloth, like a leatherish or something cured.
Okay.
Doesn't seem that they have like pen and paper in the normal sense. It's just very old school, but he takes an interest as well. He actually kind of pipes up and says, I've never been on the coast before. What's the geography like? What's the temperature like? It's different. And he kind of goes off with you in that conversation.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, guy will take off tidbits, and this will probably be the most you all have heard. But yeah, it's on a cliffside. It is very windy. It's great for jumping off and catching it, and riding the wind up the surface of the cliff. Very talk about huts on the wall and paths that lead to flatland. A bunch of details. She gets this bright glow as she's kind of talking about it. You may, like, if you pay attention, you might see like that very faint light that she makes when she magic. Very excited and happy, talking about these fond that a little bit of her magical is kind of.
Oops, I can't hear you.
Your mic just cut out.
That closer. I turned up the gain so the lady get picked up in the background. Yeah, but you'll see maybe like a slippage of her magical like aura, like that green, bright green glow kind of seep out every now and then, slightly illuminate the area. So happy and excited, talking about all these happy, but probably a lot of detail about her home.
And question, this might be me, the player, missed it, but like I know you said it's along the coast, but like what area of
West Coast, southern side. There's like, you know how the whole continent looks like almost like a like one big
peninsula.
like. Yeah, it's like if this was the continent, like my hand was the continent. It's like over here by my knuckle, while Arigia is like down here by like my.
Gotcha.
So southwest. I figure we'll probably just engage in small talk about the mainland while we're waiting for bird name that slips my mind. Lero. Lero.
Yeah.
It's close.
Yeah, if you guys want to take a look, if you go and search for combined map of known Thylea, or just put map in, it'll show up in public maps, the maps that you guys are familiar with, and it's in the Helios mountain range. You'll see that like little outcrop peninsula. I'm not entirely sure the geographical term, but that's where that is. I'm trying to figure out how to actually show it, but it won't let me because I changed my map to a different mod and it's not working properly. So I apologize if you guys are looking for something and you're like, how do I edit this? It's not working at the moment.
So,
Okay.
heard.
It's rough. Okay. Okay. So, in about like 15ish minutes, you guys start seeing that there a small little siren zip down, but then like relatively closely follow a normal size siren, less zippy and more like, I am not going to rush and I'm going to take my time, fly down to you and stop immediately, and Heda like touches down a little too fast and kind of skids forward a little bit, like, and she's like, whoa, nailed it. She goes back and hangs out with C, and you see another person, really beautiful siren, female, a little short, around like the 5'3" height, dressed in like natural garbs, so it's going to be made out of like hemp, twine, things like that, but the way it's put together is very beautiful. It's not something that is just put together because that's what they found, which is, yes, they found them or they made it, but they have patterns. It's dyed. It's ornamented with shells, with exotic flowers that are not local, that you see to the island, as you see mostly palm trees, and some other things. And she looks over at you guys. She's very, like, she seems a little bit more regal in bearing in that sense. And then she opens her mouth and she gives a bow, and then she looks over at you, Gaia, as you are a siren, and she comes up to you and gives you a hug.
Gaia will hug back in embarrassment because that is not how I thought that name was spelled. But no, she'll like oh sure, like kind of like just go for the hug. I would imagine that you're the one they speak of, Hero.
Actually, I am Hero, Lero. And she kind of goes back, and like there you can see how she has a little hood, and she picks up her hood up a little bit and puts her hand back and then comes out, and in her hand is the tiniest little kitten that you have ever seen. This is Lero. And you can see the kitten is so tiny. It fits in the palm of her hand. And it looks up at you and goes, it has the grumpiest look on its face as it looks at you and says, I was taking a nap. What do you want?
I'll like I'll look back to the group. I'll look back at Lero, like, hi. Sorry to disturb your nap. I'll be honest, I don't quite know what I'm sorry, I'm confused. You're a cat. That's amazing.
I thank you.
Can all cats talk?
The obvious peasant. Yes. Not all cats, but I am amazing. What is your name?
Sorry, excuse me. My name is Gaia. This is Andromache, Calder, Mythos, and Hesperia. Well, we came here because I heard singing of our people. I'll like shrug to the group. Over the past few nights, and we kind of followed it here.
You heard singing, like.
Yeah, I did. Quinn and C bowed to me. It was very strange.
You can see the eyes narrow and then like sniff a little bit, and then like immediately turn over look over at Mythos and just kind of gives like the eyes go like really really big, and it's just kind of like it arches its back a little bit, and then like snaps out of it and be like, excuse me, lick lick, groom groom.
Cat fight.
A little. Lero goes, so you heard us singing, and she goes and she sings, and it sounds exactly like a siren, like how she sings, and everyone else kind of joins a little bit, and then it kind of fades away, and she says, are you a follower of Dylea?
I will just hold up my arm with the religious sigil that I have kind of wrapped to it. Yep. Been a devotee for almost 30 years.
Well done. That is the proper person to deity, goddess, the mother. Good. So am I.
I feel like that was a loaded statement, but okay. Glad we're on the same page.
I'm a cat.
Uh-huh. I'm a bird.
Yes, I love birds.
Sort of.
Okay. So you say you are a follower of Dylea, and you have communed with her. Now tell me, have you ever seen her? Have you spoken? Chop chop, I don't have all day.
Yes, no. Well, no, yes. I have not seen her, but I have spoken to her. Indirectly, but direct at the same time. Mostly through dreams and visions and responding to sacrifices and prayers. But never directly like, here I am. But yes, I have spoken to her. I've just not seen her.
As you say that, after you say that, the Lero kind of, you can see these out of its fluffy fluff. You see two little wings go, and it hovers over, and you see its eyes get like little, like it's narrow, and of course we know that cats' narrow eyes are better than big eyes, and just kind of like go up to you like real close to your face, and it's like. Kind of like looking around, takes its little paw and like touches you, kind of goes around in your hair, sniffs you, just kind of like, it's normal smell, and kind of just like looks over and it's like goes real deep into your eyes, and its enormous eyes, you see that they are a little aqua in color, but there are familiar-ish gold specks in the eyes that kind of do its own little movements, very subtle. It looks a little.
Does this remind me of Cena at all?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
The color is different, but there's a similarity, and just kind of one of those real deep where it feels as if time is either stopped or very slow, and then the cat eyes go real big. And then you get this feeling of, if you can make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh. Good at these. Oh wait, saves are up here. Yeah. We're good at these. We're good at these. Yeah, told ya.
That's okay.
Is that adding your aura?
That is not. It is a 16.
Ooh, 16. That's fine. So 16, you can feel as if something is kind of like poking you in the mind, and you're like, no, I got this. And Lero goes,
Stop that.
Stop that. 16 was a DC, so it was like perfect. Lero goes, you're strong. Okay. I should have asked. I understand, but I'm a cat. Now,
are you?
Not really, but appearances are deceiving. I can't do anything about it. Now, come with
what
me.
are you then?
I used to be a siren, and then something happened, and now I'm a cat. Hey, what can I say?
I took an arrow to the knee.
I don't know if I pissed somebody off or someone just likes cats. I don't know. And they changed me into a cat. I just kind of
Did
woke
you
up one
just
day.
wake up like this? Oh,
I did.
okay.
I woke up. I woke up like this.
Has anyone tried a curse removal on you?
And she kind of looks around. Not many people do magic here. And honestly, I like fish. So this is fine. We go commune?
Yeah, I'd love to, but there's a small issue, and I understand why. But do you maybe have any rope ladders?
And she, like, you can see the confusion on the face. And then, like, no.
I'll just like step next to my group of land walkers.
I'm pretty sure Mythos and I could probably scale the cliff, but it would take us a while.
Do we have rope? I can tie off a rope at the top real quick. I think I
Oh.
have some, maybe.
She's like now realizing there's more people. It seemed that she forgot when you guys introduced yourselves. Maybe not the best memory, if for short term. But she's like, she kind of looks. It's like, then we can get people to help you up. If do you guys not have claws?
You didn't get out much before you turned into a cat, huh?
I'm a nomad. I go everywhere.
Okay, but you don't see people. Like you go to places where there's literally no other races. You don't have claws. We have hands.
Oh, that's a pity.
I have claws.
Yeah, but only because the weird you situation.
Wait, actually, I'll kind of like point to Lero and like Mythos, like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Maybe there's some correlation to what has happened?
I don't follow.
He just sees himself as an entirely different being.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I think Gaia would recognize that comment of like, hey, like, I think you're probably right. Do you have any rope?
We have rope, yeah.
You hear Hero, the female who is holding Lero, speaks up. She says, we are able to find people that can help you come up if that is is that all right with you? And she kind of looks at everybody, kind of looks at Mythos, kind of like,
Yeah. Like, I think some, if more than one, might need
I'm curious.
just a little help more than people.
Sorry, Gaia, what are we trying to do here, though? I'm still.
That is a wonderful question. I have no idea.
I mean, we are trying to. I don't want to. We are trying to save the world.
Yeah.
What? Why? Oh, right. We were meeting that person. I remember that now. The old person that couldn't come down here. Wait, was that or shit? Was that?
That's the cat.
The cat. Right.
That's the cat.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this is going to take some time. We'll be losing.
That is a good point. Lero, what are we trying to do here? Like, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but we are on a bit of a mission, so to speak.
a mission.
Yes.
Save the world. Why?
Yeah.
Is
Why?
there's something going on with it?
The
Yes.
piece is ending.
And they're like, they look at you guys and they're like, peace?
Yeah,
Oath?
that's it.
What?
That is this year. I know.
Do
Wait.
you remember the Dragonlords 500 years ago?
I'm not that old.
Wait. Do you know that there's been an oath of peace between the five gods and the twins for the past 500 years?
Ugh, twins. Bunch of assholes if you ask me. But what's gods? What you talking? Gods? 5? Why are there 5? There's only 2. No, I'm sorry. 4. There's those assholes, and then there's the mother, and then there's the one in the water, the husband. 10 to 9.
Handy boy.
Okay.
Wow, that's a lot to process. There's
You
actually
are quite nomadic.
there's a
Is
lot
there-
you might not be aware of.
Is there any chance that Hesperia could pick up on if this cat is fucking with them? Like,
I mean, you can do
insight
it.
check or anything like that. Just
Go
to
for an
see.
insight check.
It's a little bit perplexing at this point.
They did preface that they've been nomadic since the fall of their island, which
Sure. But missing out on
I mean, if they've never been to the
Yeah.
mainland,
or
I-
talk to anybody ever. Okay, yeah, throw one of these down. It's not exactly great at judging people in this fashion. 14. So
it's not terrible. The cat knows is a cat, and you're like it's looking at you as if you are speaking gibberish, but less of the cat you pick up, and it's more of like Quinn over here that kind of like gives a bit of a shuffle in her in a little bit of a physical movement, but then settles back down. But everyone else seems to be like not entirely sure what you're talking or insinuating. So yeah, this is very interesting.
Okay.
Hesperia might try to lean into whisper to Calder. Calder, excuse me. To where nobody else could overhear, but just if these people are so out of touch, can't imagine they're that important. If they follow the same goddess that she does, but aren't aware of anything that's going on, maybe we should leave them. Maybe we shouldn't break their solitude. Then kind of straighten up. Smile.
I believe Gaia would give a quick flash note of, okay, so this happened 500 years ago. Dragonlords, Titans, big mad, native settlers not happy, and just kind of like go through the quick synopsis, right, and let them know that everything has happened, and now treaty's about to end. Titans are pissed again, or have been pissed for 500 years, and we have. Super pissed, yeah, and we have very positive, high affirmations that when the peace treaty oath thingy ends in the next either 1 day or 300 days, Sidon's gonna fucking drown the whole continent. So we're working on not having that happen. And that's why we're out here. That's why we found them, because we're on our journey.
Hearing what you're saying, and it's kind of like almost you can see the overload with each passing moment, but then you say Sidon and flooding, and it just absolutely turns everyone's faces like an angry. Some of them get a little flush, and then as you say that, as they are acutely aware of the rage of the Titan. And Hero goes, there are stories, many stories. Our culture is verbal. That's how we pass down our knowledge. And I have heard plenty. But in this context, in this
Economy. Sorry. This economy?
No, it was a sequence of events. I'm trying to remember like timeline. In this timeline sequence of events, economy, if you will, now makes a little bit more sense. And Quinn walks up and kind of says, there have been many shipwrecked people. And she kind of throws her head over there. Pirates, whatever, that speak of this and speak of that, and some of them decide that they're going to move here and live here because they think that this island is safe. And from what we see, for now, I don't know. But if what you say is true, then what can we do to also help? And Lero then replies, we commune, we got talk to the goddess, she tells us stuff, and then we get information, and this is good. You, Gaia,
Hi. Quick question.
What do you want, human girl?
This never, the whole situation never came up in all the communing?
Why would it? I'm talking to the mother goddess who's trying to run the earth and make sure it's fine.
Right, but Gaia, sorry, it's just very confusing. It's just very perplexing.
But why would she? That's why I'm very curious on this Gaia. We commune. We talk to Gaia. We talk to Miss Tylea. We go and talk to her. Yes.
I don't know what you just said. I'm gonna back out of this conversation again.
Yes,
Guys, just gonna kind of
go
turn
look
around
at
to the
pretty
group.
water human girl.
But please don't insult me. That's rude.
Are you not a human?
No.
Your tone is quite derogatory, though,
It's
Lero.
very derogatory. Any help you could give us, though, would be greatly appreciated.
Okay.
Tell you what, why don't we commune with Thylea, because I have a lot of questions, because there's some, and I'll kind of look back to Andromache, like in the conversation we had maybe like 8 hours ago, like, I've gotten some very mixed signals lately, and I am unsure as to what is truth and what is not, and if you're able to commune with her, I would love the assistance to get a clearer picture. I'll kind of turn to the group like, this would mean a lot to me.
She kind of like gives like a little like yes. And she's like, okay. So we go back to, and we go look at I think you did say something about a dragon.
Yeah, a few times.
Okay. And those are scaly lizards with wings, and some breathe fire.
Now, how would you know that? So sorry. Out of the conversation.
Fair question. I don't know about this other stuff, but you said dragon, and we have stories that have been passed down, so you jog my memory a bit. But we do have the Dragonclaw Island and Dragonclaw Lake. I think there might be a correlation.
Okay. Is that close by? Could maybe my friends go look into that while we commune, or?
Sure. So those assholes, and she her little ear kind of flips over and to the other island. Those guys, they like to they make all the ruckus, all the I don't know what they do, but I don't know. There's a lake, and there is bones in that lake. And then she kind of turns her head and she kind of points back, like on the map it would be southeast, and she then said, and those, they look like these outcroppings, they look like claws, like really big claws, and it was labeled as we know it as Dragonclaw Island.
I kind of grab Mythos' paw and like lift it up like this.
It's skinnier, but yes.
Of course, skinnier.
It has a tree that, not often seen, I suppose. Not as like Tylea's tree. Beautiful olive tree. Perfect. This tree different. And then it has 2 guardians. They also assholes, but not as asshole like that. They're more like me. Small.
They're flying cats.
Not cats, but fluffy and cute like me.
Okay, no, she's not describing harpies then.
These are guarding Thylea's tree?
No, Tylea's tree. Oh, there. Oh, it depends on where the islands are moved. But what I hear, and when I want to go to her, she guides me to her island, and I go to the heart. Tree not doing so good lately?
Wait. You've seen the tree in person?
Oh, yes.
When was the last time you went?
More. Hero, my memory not so good. Also, I want tuna. Hero looks over and she's like, we last time we were at the island, the heart, was maybe last year. We go from island to island. It does take a long time, and if there are any storms, it does delay. But we do make passage once a year, like a pilgrimage.
And you said the tree's not looking good.
No.
Can you explain?
She looks over at Lero. Lero looks now. She's like off doing something else. She kind of like hops over and she's looking for a lizard. And Hero goes and she looks like, oh, kind of cute, like, oh, that's cute. And then goes and looks back at you. Well, it's now. How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
42, 43?
Oh, you're rather young.
Yeah.
I am not as young, but I'm a little young. I'm around 84 or so.
Oh, you don't look a day past 20.
I know, thank you. It is the berries that we put on our face. It's wonderful.
I know. Great.
Yes, and the twigs, you put it all together. You just leave it. Just leave it in your hair, just everything. It's perfect. It is Thylea herself, blessing you. But for the last, I would to say 52 years or so, all of a sudden these strange chains just binded themselves to her branches. And
That's what I saw!
Oh shit.
You say that's what I saw, and she's like, oh yes. No matter what we try to do, we try to break them, they don't break, and so it's so discouraging. And we try to help. We don't know what to do. And Lero has been communing with her, and she is able to give certain information. But it sometimes gets a little difficult, and it is taxing. And Lero, as you can see, she wasn't always a cat. She used to be one of us, and then one day, I don't know what happened. We were on one part of an island, and she went off, came back, seemed fine, but then the next morning, a cat. And her memory, while very wise, and can give great information, not the best short term.
So many qualifiers there.
Did you just give us a magical cat version of Dory the fish?
I love Dory.
Lamau.
Oh my! Love Dory so much.
So yes.
Yeah. Hero continues. The one thing that sometimes we will see is every now and not very often, we would see a chain break, but we don't know why. And it does allow Lero, when she communes, a bit more strength to connect with Thylea, the tree. But again, we don't know why the chain breaks. It doesn't regrow or come back, but it does seem to give her more freedom to communicate with her followers or those that worship her, in a sense. Aside from that, I don't know.
These chains, are they a particular color, or what are they anchored to? Did they just appear out of the ground, or are they attached to pillars or monoliths or anything like that?
Well, we've tried digging, and it just goes down into Thylea herself. We don't know. And they just wrap around the branch very tight. We can't break it. We've tried taking axe to it. We've tried magic. We're not the most magic, and we're not that most strong. sometimes we would see others that would also make the pilgrimage, and they would try to break the chains as well, and it doesn't work. And I personally have a suspicion that it might be one of the twins. I don't know, or maybe both. It can be a combination. But what's the most sad is that her husband, Kentamine, doesn't seem to help. We've seen him guard and pass by Thylea the Island Mother herself, and I don't know if he's taken notice, or maybe he doesn't know, but it's very sad and it hurts, and I just don't want to see her chained. No one should be chained. And she gets really sad, and you can see that, maybe this is a sad day.
Mm-hmm.
Espresso.
Okay.
So sorry, the island the pirates are on is this island with the tree, or
So-
a distant island, or do we?
So the island we're on has a tree, but it's not Thylea's tree, and it seems to have guardians of some type.
It's a
the
share
tree
that-
chain this island's tree, or is this?
No, it's a different
No,
island.
it's different, right.
They said that they'll go there once a year, but we're not there right now.
Visit it. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, shit. If we,
Okay.
so we should fucking make plans to visit the pirate island, right? That's what we're gathering. We should at least go look at this. tree.
The pirate island. Does it have the tree on the pirate island?
The pirate island has the pond with the dragon bones. This one has
God, it's dragged.
the tree with the two small guardian
Okay.
things.
Got it. I mean, we should definitely go look at the fucking dragon bones, though.
Yeah. If you guys want to go check that out while I go commune, or if you want to, I don't want to.
See,
split
here's
the
the
group.
thing, guy. Pirates tend to be aggressive, and you're really good at diffusing aggression.
We should probably just stick together in case.
I didn't mean in like a flattering way. I mean,
Well-
you're magic. Like, you're like, fuck you
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah. You're
Which-
also really good at stabbing things with them.
Incredibly appealing to me, personally, but...
I like
love it
Gaia
when you-
for the personality.
No.
All right.
Just
Well,
the stabbing and the blessings.
is
Yeah, we can wait.
Leoro still on the ground, like doing cat shit?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Chasing the
the
lizard.
guy's gonna be like, okay, well, game plan. Leoro, and I'm gonna go down and just pick her up. Like, all right, we're going to commune, and I'm gonna like sit her on my shoulder.
Kind of like takes it.
Rope. We got rope. Who's got rope? They're like, I don't. Someone's got rope, right? Rope. Mythos. Calder.
Jump will
Calder,
pull some rope out of her bag.
yeah, Calder has a length of 50.
Cool. Great.
Is Hyperion out like and about with us?
You guys left him on the
Collier,
boat.
or is
We
he
left-
just?
We left Hyperion and
Oh right.
Yeah, on the boat.
right.
I forgot about that.
Okay, great. Now that I have these 2 lengths of 50, I'm gonna fly up to that like halfway mark, and I'm gonna tie off the rope to something
Sure.
and throw the rest of it down.
Okay.
I'm gonna fly up to the top and do the same thing. I'm like, all right, here's your rope. We're gonna go ahead and get started. Good luck.
I mean, we could just wait down here. For
Just
Yeah,
in
but-
case. You don't have to climb. That's a good point.
Where's your sense of adventure? When's the next time you're gonna get to go sit in a nomadic siren camp on an island in the middle of the sea, Cerulean Sea?
While they commune with the mother goddess.
I'm just not
Yeah.
a big fan of heights. Fine. Here.
how-
I'm just going to like wrap. I'm not going to climb. Mythos, you carry me. I'll like on your back, you know.
How high is this again?
So like
Pretty
80-ish
high.
feet, right?
Yeah, it's pretty high. It's like, so it's tiered. So you have a first tier, which is going to be the immediate one right here. Oh, I can't see. It's the one with the blue and the red on the west side, so the western one. That's more of like 55, 60 feet. And then there's another little bridge area, and that's 80 feet, and it goes to the 80, 85 feet, which is going to be the east mountain hill thing.
Okay. Okay.
Uh,
I guess we're climbing Mythos.
I like my odds.
Yeah, should be all right.
I think Andromache like finds some stones that are like extra chalky in the sun, like claps her hands together and gets them all nice and chalked up, like rock climber style. It's like, all right, ready.
okay.
Give Andromache a boost, like a 20-foot toss up in the air.
Yeah.
You've got to throw me!
Don't tell the elf.
Don't tell the elf!
That's lovely.
Don't tell the bird! You've got to throw me!
No problem. This was just for flavor. You guys actually don't have to make checks. They do offer assistance in terms of like catching anybody that starts to fall. I would say that you guys make it up just fine. And I'll put you guys
Area is just like
here.
clingy, like definitely going to take a
Oh yeah.
the Mythos Express to the top.
You guys would notice that Andromache climbed with an alarming speed. She like speed rock climbing in.
Andromache, slow down, you're going to fall. This is an alarming speed cap.
Not even using the rope, just fucking...
Yeah, just rock climbing my map. She's got a climb speed of 35 feet.
Wait, she can...
just checking now.
Can she climb faster than she can walk?
And it is my movement speed. My
Yeah,
movement speed 35.
yeah.
So I have a climb speed and a swim speed of 35 feet. So
Dude,
the average person's like slowly making her up, but she's just
in my mind palace, right? Like Andromache being a halfling has no body weight but all fucking muscle and can literally just yeet yourself up the wall. Just do like crazy fucking lunges and parkour shit and like spins and shit and like it'd be so
She's
fucking
got a
badass.
very short torso but very long limbs. She's got like a weird amount of reach.
She's got the golem going.
Yeah, if she starts saying precious, we have a problem.
I dig it.
Okay. Where did he go?
Just to remind people, Mythos is wearing a bucket like a necklace.
Yeah.
All right,
All the seawater. Gotta go real slow, buddy.
Real slow.
Yeah.
So you guys make it up. It is definitely, because it's so high, it's like 80 feet in the air, it is windier up here. It's cooler up here, so it kind of feels nice. And you guys can see a very long distance. So long, in fact, that I can go ahead and show the map. Here we go. Okay. I think I did it.
I believe you did, but walls and stuff are blocking off a lot of the map.
That's lame.
Yeah, I don't see much more than I did before, so.
Okay.
But I can see all the way to the edge of the map, though. So
Yes. Actually,
you did
that
do
is
it.
true.
You did it.
I did it. I did stuff.
Yeah.
There you
Oh,
go.
there.
Okay.
I see it now.
Hey,
All right. Huh. Yes. Excuse
the
me.
camp is much closer than expected.
Oh, there's a captain bad guy.
From here you see so when you guys get closer, so Quinn and Hero, Lero is on your shoulder, Gaia, and absolutely just like playing with your hair, playing with your feathers, like it's a cat. It's playing. And sometimes Hero goes, Lero, don't do that, kind of like, but very sweet and soft. And Lero's like, bitch, I own you. So just kind of looks at like, peasant, I still want tuna type of thing. But like
In my house.
basically. And Quinn goes and walks over and she's greeted by another, like, slightly, not slightly, a younger siren, maybe in her like 20s or so, and she goes, let me go closer in camera. She's like, Quinn, and she kind of eyes, are these the visitors that that is the wrong voice. Quinn, are these the visitors that are welcomed here, or are they prisoners? And Quinn looks over. Arlie.
I sure hope visitors, because I came up here on my own free will.
And Arlie
Do
looks.
you take many prisoners?
No,
It's just weird that that's like an expectation.
it was a question more than anything.
Okay.
I don't know. You could have been abandoned. You could have maybe done something bad. You could be. I don't know. I was just wondering who you were.
We're the heroes of Thylea.
Yes.
Specifically, I think more the landmass than the goddess, since that seems to be an important distinction right now.
But if we go by
but
majority
cheating-
of
right,
by
like-
majority of deities we worship, it's Thylea.
Oh,
I mean, I'm good
Well,
with
it's
being both. We're the heroes of like Thylea in general, but also the goddess Thylea.
It's a
I'm-
plurality
Poke no
more
los
than a
dos?
majority, Calder, but I think, right?
I think I might be a little confused, but it sounds
Sorry.
that you are good and you're not here to kill us or run us off or steal our things.
Seems incredibly unlikely at this point.
Oh, well,
Very
I
much.
don't. It has happened. But it sounds if Quinn has said that's fine, and Lero. And she kind of looks, and like Lero pokes her head out, her little cat head from behind your neck and from your hair, and is like, Arlie, I want tuna and maybe some
Little-
salmon.
little-
Can you sprinkle
Little
some?
scritch
Sprinkle with some crickets. Thank you. And then she looks
Interesting
over
that
and
your
she,
palate changed with you too.
I'm a cat.
I
All right.
understand. It's just interesting.
We were up here because I was
Communing.
communing. I thought it was nap time, but communing is good. And you are Gaia. And she looks over. Human girl. Eladrin.
Hesperia Valen Rose. This is Calder. I can't ever remember his last name, which is weird because he's the only other one other than me. Like Orn or something. Mythos.
Orin.
I was pretty close. That's pretty good. For the player. Always forgetting. I know it's there on the thing, but I didn't want to look.
Okay.
Shoes, what do I say? Yes. Little goes, okay. Esperia. Galder. Big cat.
Judge.
Gaia. And Little goes and like, is that cat taken? The big one.
That's a really good question, and I can't answer. You gotta ask him yourself.
Well, you call
I
the cat. I'm a king.
I think he only goes for people who acknowledge the Dragonlords. So that might be a barrier. to overcome.
I'm
if
not
you work on
interested anymore. Okay, we go commune. I forgot I'm not really a cat. I don't know how long I'm gonna stay this way. I might go one day, wake up, and I be a siren, beautiful again with my gorgeous claws. Speaking of claws, I need to paint them. Tomorrow.
What color were your wings?
My wings? Oh, they were beautiful. So beautiful. Silky, soft, and I missed them. They were beautiful. I don't
like
remember.
Answering your question, Gaia.
I gotta. that Leoro then. Like,
I think
that's good. That's good.
I think they were brown. No, they weren't brown. Maybe red.
Both good choices.
Yes, I think so too. Commune. Let's go.
To the tree.
Tree. Oh, what tree?
No, I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm just speaking out of term.
Hero goes, okay, so in order to get to the tree, you will have to ride. Oh, I guess they would not, but you could. You just would have to ride the wind. Just listen for the whispers, and you'd be able to land on the other side. It's on that island there. We usually take, if you go towards the multicolored bush over there, it's the only strange colors on that side. You'd be able to just step off. Yes.
Step off.
Yeah. Can you guys see that? I don't think you guys
Yeah.
can see it.
Yeah, you can see.
Little island up to the right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you turned off walls and stuff.
Cool.
Okay.
Okay. Like this,
Well-
and she kind of like closes her eyes, and hopefully this works. And boop. You can see her just open her wings, and she just steps off, and it just seems as if something is guiding her or pushing her, and she goes to the other
She's
side.
flapping. Like, is she actually using her wings, or are they just open?
Nope, they're just open. So just, can you guys, I guess you can't see it. How do you show the, if you move your token here, just with your mouse?
You can.
Uh-huh. We can see all the way over.
No, there's,
She's got a teleport.
it's a
zone.
teleport token, but it's not, I guess you guys can't, it's not showing.
You might be able to right click it and unhide it potentially.
Oh, is it on,
The
is it
little
hidden?
visibility thing.
Oh, man.
They hide by default.
Oh, I see.
How far across it? Like how far in like feet is the distance from this ledge to the next?
It is 45 or 40.
Okay. Hesperia can I think Hesperia, she just doesn't like climbing things, I think, because she's a little scholar and doesn't like admitting her weaknesses. But she doesn't have any problem with height. She'll like kind of move up to the edge. She'll kind of look off, gauge the distance, and like, that was crazy. If any of y'all want to go across, I could probably help you. With my immense repertoire of sorceress magic.
Provide vision? How do I show it?
Might not be. When you right click it,
Yeah.
there might be the little like cloaky token thing in the top right.
Oh my goodness. I've been going into the settings. Oh my goodness. I see. New person who dis. I'm going to go
Yeah,
ahead.
it's visible to us now.
Okay. All right. Yeah. It works. Okay. Yeah, so she goes and then she does, Hero does the same thing where she steps off and she just opens her wings and closes her eyes, and it seems that she's doing this like almost like spiritual thing. And
Trust fall for
yeah,
sirens.
trust fall, and she just moves off back to where you guys are. She's like, it's
Press flight.
yeah, very interesting. But the trees there, along with its two guardians, they are a little spicy, I suppose is the best word.
Sure.
Out of curiosity, can we see the tree from this vantage point?
From where you guys are, no. Actually, I shouldn't say that. Yes, you can, because the tree is huge. So you
Does
can
it look familiar, like anything I've seen in the old woods?
Yes, it is. Yes, you have seen something like this before. It is old trees that were... Actually, just go ahead and roll a history check.
Oh, I'm bad at these.
Well, here you go. It's not the highest DC for you. Hey, that's not bad. 13. Okay. You've heard of these trees before. They're super rare, and they were created by the old Dragonlords, or specifically the old dragons, where they would find a seed of I don't know, one of their favorite trees, or you're not entirely sure, and soak it in the blood of the dragon for you don't know how long. But when it's deemed that it has infused the seed has been infused enough with the blood of the dragon, it would be planted, a sign of protector, as the tree grew. And they're very special trees. They're, again, extremely, like, they are so rare. It is a shame that people would cut them down for whatever their properties are. They are usually fire resistant, or whatever it is the dragons are like their specialty on. They have resistance or immunity to it is the better word. So looking at this tree, you can see like flaming red, and you have an inkling that, oh my goodness, that probably is a dragon tree, and it's probably immune to fire. So yeah.
Yeah, Calder will kind of point that out to Hesperia and Mythos. You're like, I've heard of those. Those are dragon trees. They're what happens when a dragon soaks some sort of seed in its own blood and lets it kind of absorb its ambient magical abilities. And then
That's nasty.
it's
So can
planted.
the tree can like breathe fire or something?
Well, I don't know if it can breathe fire, but it's immune to fire, I think.
That's kind of bullshit.
Yeah, it kind of got like the weaker of the two dragon powers. I mean, although being
No,
fire
I mean,
immune for a tree is pretty dope, right?
And I mean, if you're what's better, like in a
mean-
one-on-one combat, if you're fire immune, if you can breathe fire, but the other person's fire immune, then you have no power, and they're still, I guess, has whatever other things they have. It's like a rock paper scissors sort of situation.
Guy is gonna step up to this ledge and listen for the whispers, put her wings, and step off.
Okay. I think you should be able to just move your token into the transporter.
I'm colliding with a wall.
Why is it being so difficult? I didn't have this issue. Why?
You're the GM. You can drag stuff through walls.
I know, but it's you guys should be able to do it. I was able to do it with nope, can't. Nope. Won't let me. Well, why? I give up. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna send you guys over.
Oh God!
Where's Mythos? Get over here.
If the thing, Asperia probably would be a bit hesitant to, unless it was like, if the fall would like hit water, she'd be like all on board. If she had any well, actually, no, we're so far high up.
80 feet into water. I don't know.
Wait, 80 feet?
Yeah, it's 80
That's all
feet.
it is? Oh, that's survivable.
80 feet high. 80
Yeah.
feet high.
Easy.
That's doable.
Easy jump.
That's
Pencil
easy jump.
pencil position, arms tucked in. You're
Yeah,
living through
that's
any drop into water.
Well, not any drop, but that high.
We're basically gods.
Yeah, we're basically gods.
With your 25 HP, I'm sure you can survive an 80-foot drop.
Hey,
What?
solutions.
Won't know until you try.
That's right. Said everybody? Is everyone over?
Do we see
No,
what
drama
these
key is
protectors are supposed to be? Like, is there?
No.
They're totally concealed. Okay.
Yeah, from where you are right now, you're not able to actually see them. As you guys kind of go around the corner, though, you do see, now that you are, as you guys make around the corner, and Lerdo's like, oh, they're so annoying. One's named Hobo and Bobo. I don't know, but they do stuff. But the tree is beautiful. You just sit down, and somehow it amplifies the my spiritual abilities, but hopefully with both of us. And she kind of goes off and off and off and off and off, starts talking. You can see this space now. It is a really good, decent sized space. I would like about 8 feet, a little bit more than 8 feet, about maybe 11 feet in diameter. And you can see that there are kind of what she says, the way the rocks are formed, it looks, you're not sure if it's natural or not, but there seems to come out of the ground like spears, but the way they're formed, they look like dragon fingers, or dragon claws. Sorry, that's a better way.
Dragon finger sounds like something on the kids menu.
It does. The little nuggies. And you can see that also around that this probably once was inhabited. There used to be possibly a temple here. You can see old columns. You can see foundations, ruins, and it just looks like it possibly was a long time ago a place of perhaps worship, or a place that was dedicated for something, not sure. You see down here, just a little bit west of the last of the claws, an old cut out trunk. And inside is like a little seating area. It has a bunch of flowers. It kind of almost looks like a throne. And the flowers are well kept and new. They look fresh. As you continue to look around, you can see that the foliage is different here. There are palm trees, but the foliage is different colors. It's like purples, very vibrant, interesting yellow, greens, reds, blues, just not a normal foliage that you're used to seeing every day. And let me bring these before. Hero, she kind of doesn't cross, and she lets Lero flutter next to you, Gaia. And Lero kind of goes forward and says, "Hey, oi! Cucarachas, where are you?" And then coming down from one of the claws, you see these rather large, not like in the large, but like they don't look like normal animals. They're like this, almost like a flying squirrel. They're green with pink ears, and they're really fluffy, but they also are like 3 feet tall. They're pretty chonky. Like
Is that the Bobo?
Maybe. I'll let him tell you. They come down, and Bobo looks over. Sorry, one of them you can kind of tell the difference. One looks a little bit more sharp, and the other one looks a little bit more like, yeah, by the ears. One has a little bit more of like almost like a bat-like ear pattern, and the other one has a smooth. And the one that has a bat-like ear pattern goes, one day I'm gonna eat you, cat. Little goes, right, I'd like to see you try. We'll scratch your eyes out. And they start having this little argument. And the other little one kind of goes like, kind of does this little thing like a bunny does with their nose, or like, and they kind of look over at you. And you see this, like, again, 3 foot tall or height, but kind of chonky, fluffy. You're not entirely sure what it is. And it kind of look over at you guys and kind of like, "Hi, I'm Choco."
Hi, Choco. My name is Gaia.
Gaia, nice to meet you. It's been so long since another person has been here. It's been so long. Like, so long. Like, I want to say maybe 400 years or so. I'm not too sure. But then they all died out. Oh, hey, what's you? You smell good. What is you? She's looking at you, Hesperia.
Yes. Despair is just like doesn't know what to make of this.
You guys can all see Hero step back.
You?
I am me. I'm Choco.
Yeah, that doesn't
that's a who you are sort of answer that you've given. I'm really curious more in like an academic way what your deal is.
Academic way. What's that? Oh, wait. Oh, I haven't seen an Eladrin winter in so long. What's your name?
I'm Calder, and who exactly died out? You said that it's been 400 years and then they all died.
Yes. Well, before it was the dragons, and they were here 500 years ago, and then they were not here, and then, they told us to stay here, and then we stayed here, and they never returned, and then we used to have all the other humans and other, non-humans, people like everybody. They used to be here sometimes, and then they no longer here. So I assume they all died, and then you guys are here now. So I guess not everybody died in Thylea?
No, there's still plenty of life in Thylea.
Oh, that's good. That's good. What's your name? What is this? And she looks over at you, Andromache, as she and you can see Choco just pointing at the chakram. It's sharp. I've never seen this before. What is it? It's circular. What is it?
My name is Andromache.
Hi, Andromache.
This is a chakram. And she kind of flips it and does a, flourish of a battle pose. And it is a dangerous weapon. I am highly specialized. It's
Danger.
should not be in the wrong hands.
Danger. And you can see her eyes, the eyes, which are a very curious, light colored, bluish. And then you can see little almost, when someone gets an idea, you can see that in its eyes, and almost like a tangible flame. It says, yes, danger. We're danger too. I can breathe fire.
Andromache takes a half-foot step back.
Yes, dangerous.
I am the knight.
That's my middle name.
Mythos, you come around, and Choco just looks over at you and is like, "Oh, another. What is
He's
your
actually
name?"
remarkably uninteresting.
Psh, I highly doubt that. I've never seen you this. Never have I seen this before. What are you? What are you? You're like me, but not me, but bigger and stronger. What is it? What is it?
And much stronger. I'm a king, of course.
What? You're a king. Oh my goodness. We have a throne. Look,
Yeah.
right here. You sit here then because you're a king. Bobo, 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 Bobo. We have a king in our presence. You must say hello. And Bobo kind of looks over and stops doing whatever with Lero as they both look are that you can see it's like cat and cat almost where they're like "Meow." And then Bobo stops, becomes uninterested, and starts going back Choco, you're being stupid. There's no such thing as kings. Not anymore. They're all dead. Choco but he says, and they're here. Right.
Yeah, there's a few kings.
Wait, honestly, this is curious. Where are you a king of?
Why the accolades in the heartland? I'm surprised you're just asking now. It's
Aren't those
not much of a kingdom yet. There's two people, maybe three now.
Yes, you Mitrosian child. Yes, you're the biggest king. It's very just covering her mouth.
Physically, I mean, Pythor is quite large. He might be the biggest king, but when it comes to being majestic, well, Pythor as well can be quite majestic from time to time.
The furriest. Pythor's pretty furry too. Lots of hair.
Why are you cute? These things.
I'm not cute. I'm dangerous. I'll go, I can breathe lightning.
You can breathe like I can breathe noise.
And he kind of looks at
Loudly.
you. You can see this one is a little bit more of like the aggressive one. His eyes are flickering like it's like an ember red-ish, and as you look like it's gonna like you're challenging, and it comes up and it starts to challenge, and it gets up on its hind leg, and so it doubles its size to, instead of 3 feet, is now 6 feet. Still shorter than you, but when you guys take a look, that again, this is a pretty chonky thing. It's like a corgi. Like, you know how thick corgis are? It's like kind of similar to that, but 6 feet. Kind of like looks up.
Yikes!
I mean, still cute. Can you do this? Oh,
What are you doing?
Daunting roar.
he did his daunting roar.
Oh, daunting roar. I'm sorry. I did not see it. You go and you're like, ah.
I got a bit of lag going on.
That's
A
okay.
little bit.
We'll see, because this one's fun. Oh, I was on. Ha. You do that, and it gets like. You see its ears go back. You see it's like as you roar, and it's just in its face, and it's like kind of gets a little. Its eyes, it goes like really, really narrow, and then just runs away.
Yeah.
Just runs away. Just runs, and Choco and Lero are dying.
Mythos.
Oh no, I
That's-
feel bad.
Come on, buddy.
Rolled a natural 2 and has a negative
Yeah,
1
no.
modifier. All of these creatures. Joko's like, do it again. Do it to me.
I can't. Just once a day.
Oh.
He gets very shy afterwards.
For short rest. Yeah.
Hurts his throat. Needs to have some tea.
Things
Alright.
need, wine and grapes.
Oh, we have wine. We have lots of things, and we have a hoard. It's a good hoard. Hey, Leto, why are you here? Leto goes, yes, so we're supposed to meet in Gaia. She's a good person. She's good. She like me, but I'm better. We're going to commune with Dalea. We need the environment to do so. And Choco goes, I can ask the tree, but 1 second.
Choco, actually, do you mind if I ask the tree?
Oh wait, I got to get permission first from the tree. I am in charge of the tree, and if the tree says that it wants to talk with you first, then yes.
Absolutely. Consent is important. A
Yes.
good friend Henry of mine told me that.
Good friend, smart, very wise. Okay, 1 moment, it won't take long. And it goes over, opens its mouth, and starts like talking in a language I don't think any of you know except Hesperia. You speak Draconic? Does anyone speak Draconic?
You
Yes.
speak Draconic.
No, ma'am. Not me.
So it's just this gruff, rough type of speech. And Hesperia, this is an older tongue. While you have had
It's probably where she learned hers. Is very scholarly, archaic.
yes, it's very institutionalized, so it's like factual, but then when you were actually hearing it in like a native person speaking it that has been speaking it for hundreds and hundreds of years, it sounds almost like a different dialect, but you are able to understand it. And basically it translates to, "O tree of fire, we have guests that would like to borrow your energy. Do you have the ability, do you have the capacity to allow them your powers?" And returning back Hesperia, again, because you know Draconic, this tree answers back in Draconic. But to everyone else, it's not only does it sound like grinding, like there's gravel, but it also sounds as if as if wood is bending and crackling, and if a tree could speak, however that sounds. But Hesperia, you receive back, and it's in like relatively slow tone, a granted for 4 hours. And then Choco comes back and comes like, yes, 4 hours.
4 hours?
Oh, you speak too? And she starts talking in Draconic and says, oh, and this is the first time that anyone has actually spoken my language in so long. And then blah, 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 blah.
Whoa. She's like, slow it down. I did learn the language of dragons, yes, in my time in my studies, because we educate our children in...
I'd like to imagine you were giving that snide remark while still speaking in Draconic, so no one can tell.
Oh, no. I think she's speaking typically in common. But she's like, I do know the language of dragons, yes, if it comes to it. Don't have 3 knots in my belt for nothing. Should I...
You have a belt.
the belt around this... It's on my... should I help Gaia translate? Is that necessary?
Oh, you're asking Choco?
Does the tree speak common?
No, the tree doesn't speak common, but if from what Lero says, is that you just need to commune with it. Sorry, you're not communing with the tree, you're just using the power to amplify. So it doesn't talk with you.
Okay. Sparrow would be like, okay. Like, reach out to, like, lift up to call out to the tree and speak Draconic and say, hey, tree! Gaia here! She's okay! Don't mess with her! Please!
It doesn't respond. Choco goes, I have to do it. Okay. And she goes and she goes and speaks. And then you hear back. You hear the response of course. Of course. That's fine. No problem.
Is the tree racist?
No, it's just we're blood bonded. So
I took your blood out. I could be the master of the tree.
It gets instant fear and it goes like
I'm kidding, it was a joke.
That was a pretty good fucking joke though. I like that. If I bled out, I could be the master of the tree. Fucking good.
It's a joke. Okay. I guess go do your thing, Gaia.
All right. She'll kind of like take a couple steps up and look back and just like, Leo is coming like. So I
like to imagine you took a few steps and looked back and like he was like moving on the other side. And, like, wait, where'd he go?
No. Look at that. You're like, how the fuck? That's some cat-like shit right there.
Yeah.
Bobo
run between your legs when you're not looking.
Yeah, right.
Even though the effect stopped Mythos, you can see Bobo just kind of like his wings are he flies up and goes onto one of the shortest claws, which is the one over here. And it's kind of just looks a little brooding over at you guys, like it's basically pouting because he got one-upped. Anyway, before we get into it, let's go ahead and take a break because it is 9:37 and come back at the next like full minute mark. So I think that'd be 10 minutes to 10.
Sure.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, BRB, bye. Okay. We are back, and you guys had made it to the island. Found out a couple of things, some information on Thylea herself being chained, which is in conjunction with what Gaia's visions had been in the past, and some convolution with a little bit of explanation. You guys are now on the Dragon Dragonclaw Island, and your Gaia and Lero are about to commune with Thylea. While they will be doing that, what is it that the rest of the party would like to do?
Watch.
Yeah, I think Calder would be kind of interested in seeing whatever goes on in this ritual.
Yeah, and in case that Bobo tries anything.
Honestly, same.
Is this the island with the tree higher elevation than the pirate island? Can we look down on the pirate island from up here?
You actually, yes, you can. It's not too tall. It's not like too much taller, maybe about like another 10 feet or so. So you can look down. Oh, I'm sorry. The pirate island. Absolutely. Yes. The pirate island is at this point, and you can see this is the taller island. So yes, you can look down on the pirate island, and you can look down another 10 feet and over across to where you guys had come from, where the nomadic tribes are.
Sperry is actually going to like elbow Calder. Like, hey, come here, follow me. Is going to try to push through, like the tree canopy and stuff.
Sure.
I guess trying to be like quiet about it, and see if they can't, if she can't get like a good look over these pirates and explain to Calder as they go, I want to just get a look at that island, but you've got better vision than me. See what's really going on with these hooligans or whatever they are. See how many of them there are, that sort of thing. See if they have a ship.
Sure.
All right, not a terrible idea to know what's over there waiting for us if we end up having to go there.
See if we can't see these dragon bones or whatever they're supposed to be.
All right. So you two then just go ahead and position yourselves where you would like to be. And then we'll do some rolls before we move over. So Gaia, as you and Lero start to sit down, Lero's like, okay, so what you want to do is close your eyes like you usually do, and hold my paw. Both of them. Just hold me. And she just sits on your lap. Just crawls and sits on your lap. Ah, yes.
I'm gonna pick her up, and I'm gonna like fold my arms like across like my lower abdomen, and like kind of like I'm holding my forearms like I do when I cast Bless, and just putting Lero right on top of my arms as I'm sitting here in my praying position.
Okay, perfect. And she will cast. Where is it?
9th level meteor.
Yes.
Yeah, let's put that in the Jade Stone.
And a pulse of energy comes out from the tree. You can feel it in the earth. It feels like it's a pulse. It's a wave that ripples through, and you can feel it immediately, Gaia, as it pulses out, and it seems to kind of absorb and go around you. As Lero, even in her cat form though, she starts singing this song, and it's a song that you can understand, but the words for some reason seem a little garbled even to you, where you're not entirely sure how to translate it. It's just words here, words there, but the meaning you kind of understand and you get. It is calling out to the mother goddess, calling out to the earth, calling out through the energy of the land around, of the sea, to amplify the connection to the mother island, through and past the Sidon and the twins and any interference, and to reach the olive tree of the original olive tree, something along those lines. And then you feel another pulse from the tree that is the dragon tree, and you cannot understand, but you can hear that groaning of sound. Hesperia had already moved off, so no one can really understand or feel or translate. Choco and those who are watching, I think Andromache, you were watching Bobo. Choco though is just like like nodding in agreement, and Bobo just is like humping and kind of turning his head around, still not wanting to acknowledge that he was defeated or anything like that. In this space, Gaia, if you can go ahead and roll a, I guess this would be more wisdom. If you can roll a wisdom check with advantage and then add your proficiency modifier.
Okay. I think that equates out to what my wisdom save would be because I'm proficient in it, so I'm just going to use that.
Oh, okay. All right.
21.
Sick. 21. Awesome. You're as you close your eyes and your heartbeat calms, it goes to a low rhythmic, 60 beats per minute, 58, 55, and it kind of stays around like the low 50s because you're athletic. And you feel yourself being drawn in. It's similar to that feeling of when you were having that dream after you had drunk from the horn of Balmetria. It's dark, but it's warm. It's like a warm dark. And there is that light at the end of the tunnel, or what seems to be a tunnel. And you go towards it. And as you're walking, there's another presence, and you kind of look around. You don't see anything, and then you look down and you're like, there's something here, but you're not sure. And so you're like, you just keep on walking, and the presence gets stronger and stronger and stronger until you hear, finally, Gaia, welcome, come, let's go, we got to go through this. And you couldn't see before, but like the darkness and the shadow of the light and where it meets the dark, so you really couldn't see, but you see a siren. She has white hair. She is, relatively like tannish skin. She has really, really, really deep brown, rich eyes. And she has these brilliant feathers of deep royal purple with blue tips. And nothing to do with red. Nothing to do with brown. And you see Lero as she introduces herself. I'm Lero.
Like, look around like, hi, it's great to actually meet you. I don't think I've ever communed this hard. I'm a little lost. Where do we go from here?
That light's lit. We're going to go through that, and then we're coming out of Thylea. That is the connection we have with her. It comes from within, comes from the earth. It comes from the energies, and we kind of just navigate those pathways, the connection, the force, basically, through and out. Basically, she's giving birth. Come on, let's go.
Okay.
She basically, and she steps through, and do you follow?
Yeah, I'll follow. Mildly hesitating, take like a step and stop, and just like a kind of reach through with a hand. But yeah, I'll follow suit.
Yeah. You feel another hand grab yours and kind of help you pull out, and you step through the light, basically, and then around you is this beautiful landscape as you come out of the tree, basically, exactly how she says. First, you see the branches and the leaves, and then you see the vast green of the grass around you, the vast of the island. You can see water in the distance, just beautiful, no cloud cover. It is absolutely like mild weather. It is very nice. It's not, you just stepped out of like 90-degree weather and now you're in closer to the like high 70s. It's beautiful. The sun is shining. There are no clouds in the sky, and it is you just, it's like looking at Ireland. It's beautiful. And then you are like, oh, okay, and you kind of look around, and then you start seeing these chains that are attached to the branches. These thick branches are being wound about with, it looks like maybe it's metal. You're not entirely sure. It doesn't look too organic. It doesn't look like it's made out of wood, but it also kind of, it looks like maybe a hybrid. You're not entirely sure. It wraps around each of a lot of these branches and then goes straight into the land. And if you can make a perception check. Okay.
I don't get bonuses here. Hit 14.
Okay. As you look around, 14, you can you see that it looks like something had erupted out of the ground, and instead of something that's going in, there is little like mounds of almost like calcified or what is it when it like petrified. There we go. Like petrified earth or wood or something around the base of the chains as they come out of the ground and wrap around the branches. Lero just kind of tisks in, just shakes her head, and she's like, come, we will greet the mother tree. And she kind of goes off a little bit, and then she turns around to face the tree. And as you follow her and do the same, you can see that it's this gorgeous olive tree with golden branches and green, vibrant green leaves. In the middle where you came from is a split. There is a, like I said, like almost like a slit, a sliver. Something looks like it either has been removed, carved out, or you're not entirely sure, but there is a small wound. There is a large wound in the tree. It's other than that and the chains, the tree looks relatively healthy. It doesn't look like there's any rotting wood, and it doesn't look like anything is falling. Like the leaves are falling off or anything like that. It looks rather lush. And you do take note, and then actually Lero actually says, oh my goodness, one of the chains, it's broken. Look, see? Look. And she points, and then she's like, oh my goodness, there's another one over there. This was not here last year, I swear. And she points over, and you can see two chains, one on the east and one on the west side. Two chains are broken. And as you kind of look around, you count, you see a total of 16 chains. So so with the broken chains, it's 14 chains that are still intact. Two chains are broken. And she's like, she goes and she like picks it up, and she's trying to lift it, but it's so heavy that she cannot lift it. She's like, not that weak. I know I'm not. Come on. And she can't do it. These are heavy chains.
I'll try to help.
Yeah, you try to help. Go ahead and both of you just go ahead and roll a strength check with advantage. Oh shit, Nat 20.
That is gonna be 22.
You're like, "Urgh." And these chains, for some reason, it feels like you're trying to carry a sack of adamantine or something. It is extremely heavy, and both you and her are able to kind of get it a little bit off the ground, like, and before it falls back. It's not something that you can actually.
So this is just the broken chain falling onto the ground that we're trying to pick up.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how heavy it is. So
Okay.
you can only imagine the weight of these heavy chains pulling on these branches and how strong these branches are, this tree is. And there's 14 more chains that are still on this tree. Okay. Lero says, okay, let us ask her why this is going on. What is going on? There's, with probably 2 of these chains, maybe we can communicate with her a little bit better. Before all of them were up. She goes and says, her eyes glow. The aquamarine, it starts to get really almost electric, and the sparkling gold flakes in her eyes, they start to almost want to connect and swirl and kind of go over her eyes a bit as she opens up her arms, and her wings kind of flow out, also come out, and you can see that they're similar shades to her eyes, or sorry, not her eyes, the darker shades in her eyes. And she opens her wings up and she says, Mother Tylea, we are here to ask how we can help you, accept your guidance, provide us information how we can help you in this cage that you would find yourself in. And Lero looks at you. The Gaia here, one of your wonderful, beautiful, wise followers, on how she can help, and her friends, heroes of Tylea. And she kind of looks at you for confirmation.
Thumbs up.
Your champions, right? Yes.
Yeah.
Um,
I feel like Gaia will kind of like, rather than like, since we're here, I would imagine it's some kind of astral projection of some sort. This is gonna be a very overwhelming for Gaia, right? Seeing all these chains and it being true, and someone else can confirm this, and I'm not crazy. And that there is an issue, you know, and Leora is trying to just commune. I think Gaia is just kind of interrupt, just like kneel at the tree and just shout like, "What do you want? How can I help? You've given me so many different visions, and I'm lost. I'm confused. I'm scared. I don't know what's going on. And all I know is that you're real, and you're here, and you're trying. And I know I'm asking a lot, but I just need something. Because this is hard enough on my own, and my friends are doing the best they can, but I don't know who I am. I don't know what I want. I don't know what to do with this. This is a temporary me to a global situation that I don't know how to deal with, and I'm lost. And I need something. I need something tangible, something I could get my hands on and provide real meaning. I need some kind of, how do I fix this wounding of yours and of mine, and how do we solve this issue? Formalities be damned. This is personal now. I can see the suffering you have, and I know you can hear me and understand what we us are going through. And I need something from you. I don't know what it is. It could be anything. I need guidance, direction, context, clarity, clairvoyance, whatever you can give. And I know that's a lot, because I have a few friends that have your status, and they can't give much either, so I'm looking for anything. But I'll kind of like, like still kind of kneeling, like drop down and put like almost like a child's pose for yoga, and just kind of like put my like head on the ground at the base of the tree and just start like crying and just like, please, anything. I'll take anything.
You hear next to you, Lero go, whoa, that was a lot. And then be like, okay. You feel a hand on your back, between your wings, and you feel that it's Lero, and she's comforting you, and is also, because this is a more like energetic setting, you feel like a pressure. You feel her hand on her back, but it doesn't feel like super concrete. It feels like just another someone who's really, really close to you. You can feel that energy. You can feel the heat. That's what it feels like. And you can also then feel a surge a little bit with your own energy. You can feel heightened senses. Your mind is absolutely awakened. The emotions that you're feeling is almost too much to handle. You are, as a siren, your emotions are already heightened. You have beautiful sad days and you have beautiful happy days. And this, in this state, in this energy source, it is almost going beyond to that point where I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, that is a 24.
Nice. You reel it in real quick. You're like, a lot. This is a lot. This is a lot. This is a space of energy, and everything is heightened in order for you to actually commune with your goddess, your deity. And you kind of bring it back into a controlled space. And as you cry and you're releasing it, you can feel, you don't feel because your head is down. You hear like, oh, she's talking, she's speaking. Don't move, don't move. And you can almost see it more than feel it. A leaf, an olive leaf, just kind of float down and touch the back of your head. And then you start getting these very coherent images, very concise images of you when you were a child. You can see you growing up. And the stories with your Appa. It's Appa, right? Appa.
Yeah, that is the one of the dads. Yeah, Appa.
You can see yourself with your fathers. You hear the stories, the lore of your culture, who you were brought up, the wounds that had been caused, and your internalization of those wounds and thinking it's your fault. The comforting of it wasn't your fault. The comforting of, even though you were not there, seeing the emotions of your fathers miss you dearly, understand why you left, and at the same time never blame you. Your people, your community around never blaming you for anything, just missing your presence, missing another siren, and a little bit of that, and a lot of that loss, and the feeling of whenever of missing another person, and at the same time the joy, the same as the song that you were taught, the joy of one day that person will come back and everybody will be whole again. You have then another leaf you feel drops upon you in your journey that goes through, and ever so slightly as this vision continues, you see a theme of you are never alone. Thylea has always been watching, has always been in your presence, and as you continue to grow and worship and pray and just strengthen your bond with your deity, with Thylea herself, she becomes stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger, and her presence gets just in general stronger. You leave, and then another leaf falls. You see yourself going through the old woods, and again that presence never leaving you. Meeting Sina, seeing that there's a huge resemblance of the tree and Sina. Same with, and you can kind of you have this in your the back of your mind, Lero as a cat in her cat form. The similarity in terms of like the eyes and her and the gift, if you say, the guidance, the connection with Thylea, always and ever presence, as if it's a, even though Thylea is not with you as in mind, body, and spirit, I suppose, as a being, the energy of Thylea is always with you, and that comforting that you are always going to be protected, and that comforting of you will be guided. Then you get another leaf, and this one's different. This one is it looks to be of a past. You see a familiar siren, but also someone you've never seen before, really. Beautiful wings, but the wings are down a little bit. The feathers are starting to wilt, and the woman looks sad, and she looks down at her very, very pregnant belly. And then you hear that woman talking to one of your fathers and telling the story of, well, when our child is old enough, you must let her know of this affliction, and that it is not her fault. It is nobody's fault in our family aside from the one that had cursed us, which is Sidon. And you see your mother. You kind of understand that that's your mother. And she sings you a lullaby. She sings you beautiful songs. She talks to you as you are in her womb, and you feel that love, and you feel also her connection to Thylea as she sings to you of Thylea and her beautiful gifts, and that she will always be with you, and Thylea will bless you as her child, as a caretaker, as her caretaker. Another leaf falls, and it goes further back, and this is where you start seeing a familiar figure of a male siren in just grief-stricken, but he's not above water. Sorry, he is underneath water. He's not on the land or anything like that. He is chained. He is holding his breath. And it's extremely hot where the water is being displaced. It is somewhere on the ocean floor. You see this chained siren with their wings cut, and there's a similarity, not necessarily in facial features, as you are several generations from this ancestor, though you can get an energy, this passion of someone who has this strong set belief in themselves and their cause and Thylea herself. You can see then as Thylea herself gives you this information of, this is your ancestor still alive underneath the crushing water pressure of an island of fire, an island that houses two souls, two beings that are imprisoned. And she shows you even further down, again mirroring that other dream that you had, where you were a mermaid, a merperson, and you were swimming down, and you went through these windings, and you felt this call, and you go and you see a slab of rock, and beyond that, for this time, you can see that there is a figure, a person who looks like they're in a fetal position, and they look at you, and this being, this humanoid being, is enormous, caged inside 4 slabs of rock, and around it, molten lava flows back and forth around, as if it's keeping this entity encased. And the entity is pounding, trying to get out, reaching for you, but having to pull back as the boundaries are keeping it inside. And another thought of, what is this? And as 2 more leaves touch upon the back of your head, you get the name, you get the words, my child, 1 of 7. If you can make an intelligence check.
Oh, I'm not so hot at these.
It's not too high. The DC is 8.
Not a saving throw, just a check.
A check, yeah.
Wait, okay.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Okay.
1 of 7 and a child of Thylea, which means that this is a third god or goddess. You're not entirely sure. And it is one that you have never heard of before, one that has possibly never been spoken about. No one has ever told you, aside from the 2 twins, that there are other gods. And Thylea then says, or gives to you, it's less of a voice and more of like a feeling of a whisper of, she can help you and yours find home. Find home. She can make home. And then 3 more leaves fall upon your head and you switch over. It almost would feel as dizzying, but because you are energy with energy, it is like you are still in watching a movie, basically, kind of come by, and then it's interactive. So it's VR.
Okay.
The next one is try to remember the order of what you had asked so that I can give you the proper information in that order. The next one is the next one is the island itself as it pulls out of the volcano, and you can see it's fire. What actually you may not know, but it is an island of fire, basically. There's lava, there are crevices, and that are actually inhabited by what looks to be these lizard creatures. So you get an idea of where your ancestor is, and this captured god or goddess that has been locked underneath the volcano, and not entirely sure how to get to it, but and a way to get to them. Sorry. The next one is you go forward and you're following along the path where your ancestor was expelled from, and you hit a tower, the Tower of Praxis. You have heard stories. This is where Sidon lives, or he resides. You can see that there are multiple levels, but it's too fast. You can't make out any details. And you can see the top of the tower. You can see Sidon sitting on his throne, looking out across the water, and you can see his eyes just flaming as he is looking towards Mitros, whatever. And you can see that he is waiting for something, probably for the 500 years to be up. And you can see around, he had the glaive, the famous glaive that has taken many lives, that has thrown down dragons, that has thrown down the Dragonlords. Excuse me. And you can also see some other people that have a resemblance to him, that also wear the red third eye upon their forehead, and that you don't know their names, but you gather they are his offspring in some form or the other. The scene shifts as he walks out, and as he walks and crosses your path, he doesn't see you. Sorry. He doesn't see you as he continues forward towards, and he steps out and grows enormous and large, and he sends waves and storms forward towards Mitros, and whatever lays in his path looks to be would definitely be destroyed. So you can see that his anger is there, his dominating feeling. And Thylea speaks to you again in this thought of arrogant, strong, yes, arrogant, though, is afraid of his father. And then the scene shifts. And as you go forward, you go out and up. And you seem to keep going up and up and up until you're no longer going up, you're now going down. It is the strangest thing as you go from blue sky into dark twilight. And then you start going downwards, and you see this vast ocean of mercurial dark water. And then you see this enormous bronze boat being pulled by this armless, eyeless giant. It is a horrific sight. He looks terrible. And Thylea says, "My son, wrongly accused and punished for it." Sorry, wrong words. "My son, wrongly accused and punished by his sister." And then you see that whoever that is a wrongly punished, another child of Thylea. And you can feel the grief as well. Each time the first time you felt it a little bit, the second time you definitely feel it. You can feel the grieving of Thylea for her children. And then you go and you onto the deck of the boat. It is gorgeous. It is exotic flowers, trees, fruiting plants, just gaudy in the best way, I guess. Bridgerton Castle. That's probably the closest I can say. That's what it looks like. It looks gilded to the max. It is expensive. It is luxurious. It is over the top. It is a dream. And then you see Lutheria. She's sitting on her throne, surrounded by many different species, genders, everybody that is within her service, and they are just in the throes of passion, laughter, frivolity, food, gluttony, anything that has to do with that is just within her domain. And she's just laughing, and I don't want to say cackling, she's just laughing away as she asserts her will upon these people that are allowing it to happen. And then Thylea says, "The most dangerous, the most cunning, the most ambitious, proud in a way, but not good. Be wary of her mind. She will be able to find her way in and latch on. Do not trust what she says." That, as you see Lutheria, the one thing that your heart jumps into your throat, and you kind of feel like you have like a little bit, like someone had punched you in the gut. Lutheria looks over, and she looks as if she's looking at you, almost for a second, as if she recognizes you're there. But then her eyes kind of just shift off a little bit, and you're like, "No, not possible." But that thought of someone seeing you, a twin that does not wish you well, possibly seeing you through the power, or sorry, even overthrowing the immensity of their mother's power, is terrifying. But it sort of reinforces what Thylea says: the most cunning, the most dangerous. The scene shifts as another leaf settles on you, and you can see Mithras and the singing bridge, the sirens bridge, and all the sirens that are living their life not to the in a sense to the fullest that they were able to get, but not what they in the long term, what they as a mass would like, as they look out to the sea, as they look out to something that used to be there but no longer is. They take their days as they travel off to send mail, to bring other people joy, while they themselves, on a maybe not so happy day, tries to fake it. And those that are on a happy day revel in being able to send another person joy, while they themselves have to settle with what they have, which in itself is not terrible, though it's not something that as a mass they would like to do in the long term. And the need to feel that they want something for themselves, that they can do for themselves as a community, as a culture. And another leaf settles, and the scene just kind of blurs in colors, and then you realize it's the tears in your eyes that are blurring, and you blink and you look up as the scene clears, and you can see the green grass and Thylea's branches just above if you look up.
What the fuck? I know I asked for guidance, but that was a lot. I think that was a lot more context provided with a little bit of direction. Do you know of, speaking to Leto, do you know of any, in your nomadic travels, have you run across an island that's on fire?
Answer you guys back with something. Yes. Leto looks and she looks at you and she says, yes, that would be the Island of Fire.
Oh, okay. Great, perfect. Where is that?
In the Cerulean Sea, but because the islands move so often because of Ahol.
Oh, the islands move.
Oh, yes. Sidon decides that he wants to move the islands whenever he wants to, so he does. So it's not in the same place every day.
Oh. That's rightfully terrifying that within a year he's going to be against us. Capably be against us as opposed to incapably. Okay. Well, how would I find it?
Well, my connection, I guide my tribe. I speak to Thylea, and she guides me to when I need to find her. Otherwise, sometimes we look at the clouds to see if it reflects in the land. If it's dark and underneath, then we know there's land underneath, and we just go straight to there. Other times we get lucky. Other times, maybe
So a lot of intuition.
A lot of intuition, yes. This is guessing work. Thankfully, we don't get tired too much. We can perch where we'd like, and, there's always some type of outcrop. But it does take some planning. We planned on staying here for maybe a couple of weeks, maybe a month or so, and then we move on.
Okay. Okay, well, I think that was a lot of information, and I need time to process. And thank you for bringing me here. Means a lot. I think Thylea asked me a very big order and provided me closure for a reward. I think. I don't know. I don't know. That vision was in 3 parts,
Oh,
but
what did she tell you? I'm curious. I did not see.
I saw my mother. I saw my father's. I saw a man chained to the bottom of the ocean, under an island of fire. I saw Thylea's children, and I'm not talking of the twins.
There's more.
With the twins included, 7.
Ay, Dios mío.
I saw 2 of them. I don't know about the last 3, but 2 of them are alive and captive. And then I saw Lutheria and what she's doing, done, and is residing. Some grandioso boat over some ocean. Lavish, lavish boat, dressed to the nines. I think it was a message of help and for a halting of the harm she's causing. I was warned that she can get in my mind and latch on, and to be careful of that. So, I shall be diligent. But I think it's important I get back to the island and pass this on to my friends.
Did she say why the chains were broken and how to break them?
I don't think I got that information.
Oh,
I
mother.
didn't get that information, did I?
No, I don't think so. No, you did not. Lero goes, oh, mother of Thylea herself, how do we release you from your bonds? And then 2 olive leaves come down and touch you, Gaia, and Lero's middle eye, and you see a scene of the boar, the first boar that you killed with the rest of your group, along with Asimi, and dedicating that boar to Thylea. And the chain broke. It made her stronger. You went to Mithras, and you showed the city to believe in the 5 once again. And while it did not necessarily make Thylea stronger, you get the sense that it took away some of that confidence and strength away from the twins, therefore weakening the bonds a little bit that are attached to her branches. Then the next scene you get is the Hydra, and that snapped another. And then from there, she was able to send you the second time the gifts of the potions of vitality. and clean your boat. It seems that sacrificing something of great strength or energy, basically, is enough to give her the strength and thus break the bonds.
Coming out of the vision, guys be like, "That was me! Us! We did that! My group! We freed 2 of the chains! I need to get back now. I need to... I have to tell them all of this."
Literal looks like in wonder, like bewildered. She's like, what? She just saw you. You're here. And then she saw you in the past. And then she saw you not too long ago, but still in the past. And she's like, you killed a Hydra? And then that's where you guys...
2 Hydras.
2 Hydra. 6-headed Hydra.
It wasn't even the big Hydra we sacrificed. It was a kid. Fuck kids. No, just kidding.
That's what gets Thylea going. The blood of children. Perfect.
That's where Lutheria got it.
Yeah, it's actually Lutheria the whole time.
They don't call her good mother.
No, not at all. And you go back through the crevice in the trunk, and Little follows, just in awe of like, what the hell, like, whoa, you did so many things. You broke their chains, you and those other land dwellers. Well, I guess they could be sirens too. They can be family now, because they are doing good stuff. And then
they each have one of my feathers.
Oh, so they practically have siren. Okay,
yeah, right. It's like they got wings.
Sirens by association. I get it. I get it. All right, let's go back. Just close your eyes, and then, boop. Your head gets a little. It's a little light. You get a little lightheaded at first, Gaia, as you kind of resettle back into your body, and the energy seems different. Before, when you were in this other state, you felt very light, and even though you're still a bird, you have hollow bones. You are now on the material plane once again.
Incorporeal to a corporeal form, yeah, can
a little
be jarring.
A little, yeah. Exactly. So you're a little heavy, and then you hear, still a cat.
I'll kind of come to like, whoa, and kind of like wobble over to the side and catch myself. Push up.
Okay.
I'll look back to the group.
How long was her?
Yeah, what did they see when I was doing this?
I was about to say, as you're settling in, the group, you guys, 10 minutes passed, 20 minutes passed, 45, getting close to an hour. And then after, Hesperia and Calder, I'll get to you in a second. But all in all, this entire thing took about almost 3 hours. It's been pretty long. Hesperia and Calder, I need you guys to roll perception checks. Sorry, I got super into the story that I forgot to go back to you guys. Sorry. You can either give one advantage.
I'll let Calder pick out details and things like that, but let Calder do.
Dirty 20.
Goodness for that choice.
That's good. Better than 9. You look out, and it's a little bit difficult to see as you look out over the island. You can see dead lands. It's very arid. There's no green, lots of sand, lots of sandstone, and lots of stone structures. But beyond that, you do see an encampment of pirates, or of other, they're pirates, basically sea dogs, and they look like they're having the happiest times. They're laughing. You can see them actually. You see one is manning a catapult and literally launching themselves into the water. Fun
Oh
shit.
my god, they're idiots.
Why are we over here? They have a water park over there.
They're basically they're having a party.
Oh, like, if you guys were like, Mythos, they're partying over there, are we gonna join? He probably would.
Trust me, once we get back.
I mean, sometimes you might like, are they idiots or are they just bored? What are they doing? You're not entirely sure. You see them.
Calder's reaction is 100%. Oh my god, they're idiots.
Yeah,
and
basically.
Despair is 100%. Absolutely not. Do you know the sort of craftsmanship they're maintaining? A working piece of siege equipment here?
You can see them exploding things on the ground, and you can see the dark spots. Nothing catches on fire because it's stone and sand. But then you can also see them going over and picking something up, and because Calder, like, you're not, you know this happens. They're picking up glass, like they're making glass. What? And then you also see
pyrotechnics going on.
Hey man, and you know they're collecting certain things that you don't know exactly sure what they're for, but they're collecting things. Closer to like the 2 hour mark, 2.5 hour, like to the end.
Do we
You
get any sense of how many of them there
are? Yes, you can see that there are at least a dozen, and there are some behind the trees. There are some that go up to the right, and there's some up to the left. So you know there's at least a dozen. Maybe there's definitely more than a dozen, but there's at least a dozen. You can see a little bit of the water from this vantage. You can't quite make out like where the dragon bones are, but you can see that there's something in the water, but it must be like pretty deep in. At some point in that between 2 hours and 2.5 hours, so like 2:15, you can see maybe someone got a bright idea or a dumb idea. Again, okay, probably dumb idea for you, Calder. They shift the siege equipment over to the other island. Someone gets into the damn thing and they launch the person across the island. Make a perception check.
-1 pilot.
Make a perception check as you are watching this stupidity go on.
Sure.
With advantage, since or Hesperia, you would see this too, but yeah. 13? It's not that high of a DC. You're literally watching someone launch themselves, and they like pull something on their back, and a makeshift, I kid you not, a makeshift parachute kind of comes out of it, slows them down enough where they launch themselves onto the side of the cliff here. It was enough to slow them down, but the impact still looked like it hurt. And then you can see one of the sirens just go, like just like look down and just like start throwing things. And then the pirate or the person who's like just waving and stuff, like when he has a drink in his hand, and then the siren goes down, grabs him on the back of the parachute, rips him off, throws him in the water, and he's like, just super happy. Gives a Thylian thumbs up, launches him.
So that
in the
settles
water.
it then. They're not idiots. You were wrong.
No, I'm pretty sure they have 0 self-preservation instincts.
That doesn't make somebody an idiot.
Yeah, yes it does.
That's your definition? That's where you think brains are?
No, there's
The capacity for self. We're fucking stupid then.
well, yes. I never said we were smart. We fought a Hydra on a boat.
Yeah, we did.
I mean,
With fire.
a few weeks ago, we fought a Cerberus in its lair. We're not smart. We don't have good self-preservation instincts, but we have goals that we have to accomplish. So,
I think you have a very warped view of intelligence.
there's a difference between book smarts and surviving in the world.
These people seem to have both.
You just see it's like a huge party on the other side, but they are making like sometimes you can hear them, especially you can hear like the explosions. That's something you guys can definitely hear. Sometimes you can hear them someone laugh real loud. You can hear some of the music that they're playing. So it seems like they're just the noisy neighbors that annoy the quiet ones, basically. I'm just watching time. As you guys go on, Bobo starts coming down, and he sits in the little like throne of flowers. Choco and him start talking a little bit, or they banter mostly. If you guys have any questions, you can. Hero she sits down and she kind of just lounges, as she seems to be used to this amount of time it takes to commune. Mythos and Andromache, what would you like to be doing during this time?
Are we going to party with the neighbors?
You could if you want.
I guess once we get the lay of like what they're doing, though, Hesperia certainly would want to go back. You know,
Okay,
just kind of wanted to get the lay of the land.
no problem. 2.5 hours in, Gaia and Lero kind of like shake out of it.
Yeah, I think Mythos would have had like a nap. Heat of the day, kind of take a nap in the shade on the fire tree island.
Yeah, I think Andromeda probably would have either in not anxiously awaiting, but just kind of like in awaiting, she would. The best I can describe is just enjoy her time being on an island, given that she spent so much time after being on Themis for so long. This is like first time actually kind of being in a primarily coastal region. So she's just meditating, enjoying the surroundings, doing a ranger, just like being one with the earth.
Okay. Yeah. Awesome. Guys kind of chillaxing, and sorry there's no hammock to hang out in. But Gaia, you return.
Yeah, gonna come to with a little bit of a heavy body and kind of drop off to the side. Kind of like, oh, wow. How long was I out?
About 15 minutes or so.
Really?
I'm bad with time, actually.
2 hours and 37 minutes.
It was that long? What the fuck?
Okay. Yeah, we gotta talk. Good news though.
Real quick,
Andromache. Yeah.
like 10-sentence summary. You first, then I'll do with me and Calder's. Or 10-word summary. Go.
You first.
The pirates are having the time of their lives. Go ahead. Okay, that was 10.
Great. So, not gonna use 10 words. A lot has happened. A lot has happened, or I've learned a lot. I don't know. Andromache, good news to start. I talked to her this morning about I was having visions of Thylea and her tree being bound and chained, and it was hard to communicate and speak to, and it looked like someone was trying to restrain her. But going there, I saw that there were 16 chains. 2 of them had been broken, and they are so heavy that I don't know, Mythos, if you'd be able to pick them up. And I'm not saying that you couldn't, because I know you could, but it's so out of this world heavy that I don't know what would happen. But I have faith in you. But through the visions of Thylea, our group, not just me, but us, sacrificing to Thylea has helped lift some of those chains, and we've broken 2. So there's 14 left. First time we broke the chain was with the boar when we first all met, post-Hesperia, pre-Hesperia. The second was with the Hydra sacrifice, post-Hesperia. So moving forward, I'd like to keep that into account if we ever slay any more magical beasts or deal with anything like that. It would mean a lot if we could continue these sacrifices. So there's that. Follow-up information about what Thylea told me is that she had given me visions of my ancestors, my family lineage. I got to see my mother, which was wonderful. But I also got to see, well, she told one of my fathers that this affliction is not my fault, or anyone's fault except for thou who had been cursed ages ago.
It was the twins themselves. The
Mm-hmm.
four.
The twins have cursed someone in my family tree. But the big reveal here is that this cursed individual is alive at the bottom of the ocean under an island made of fire with their wings cut off, chained to the ground. Same fashion as the tree, but much less chain. So, I don't know what to make of that. And I need a lot of time to process that one, because that was a lot just saying that verbally after just witnessing it too. That sounds fucking insane. But in correlation to this individual, on said island of fire, which Leto has told me is real, is a giant of some sort. Trapped, surrounded by fire or something, and a stone prison trying to break free, which Thylea has called her child, one of 7. So it's not just the twins.
DM, mostly a player clarification question. Is the stuff in the player's handbook about like the myths of how the land was created and the birth of the Titans and all of that, is that not widely known information?
No.
Got it. All right, continue.
So there's more Titans. 5 more. To continue off of that, this one is trapped on this island. I was told that they can help us and guide us with our quest. Ours, not mine, ours, our group's what we're looking for. I don't know what that is, but she said she could help. And the only other child she had revealed to me was another giant. I would imagine that Sidon and Lutheria are also giant in nature. But this was a man, and he had his mouth and eyes stitched shut, and was
with no arms, eyes gouged out, and mouth sewn shut.
that was it.
The Lutheria
Absolutely,
special.
absolutely maimed. It is, yes, because this individual was near a wildly lavish boat that is the size of, looks like a city. I might be exaggerating, but I don't know.
That's about right.
And Alea warned me to be careful of this one, as she's could get in your head and latch on, which we've all seen before. So to just be wary. And I'm assuming that they probably will know of this soon enough that we know. So we should be ever vigilant and have mental fortitude at all hours of the day. Well, maybe probably just at night. In our dreams. So that's what I saw. There's a lot of details and paraphrasing that went into that, and I'll need time to process and speak more into this, but that is what I saw. I don't think there was much good news, other than the chains and what we've done. The rest seemed kind of fucked.
Was there any indication of how you would break this imprisoned child out from this island of fire, if that's what we end up doing?
See, this is why I need you guys with me at all times. I didn't even... No, there was no indication. I didn't even ask. It's more of a feeling, a thought portrayed as opposed to a direct statement. So, she spoke through leaves. They fell on my head and gave me visions.
I want to just point out that some certain tree saps and pollens, things like that, can be highly psychedelic. And I'm
Just one really bad trip.
a bit worried.
You just got super fucking high. The tree's just an enormous marijuana plant.
That's the secret. Lirio was never a siren. It's actually just a cat who's really addicted to this tree sap.
I mean,
It's just a catnip plant.
if I could offer some serious commentary, though, we set sail with a purpose, and that purpose hasn't changed. If more questions and we can hope that the steps we continue to take will clarify the ones that come after that. I think this is information that's useful, but only useful to an extent that we can deal with it. I don't know that we can deal with it right this minute. So, where this island is.
I think you're right, because most of the actions that these visions have given me are way out in the fucking Cerulean Gulf, and apparently the islands move.
Yes.
Yeah, news to me. So I have no idea even how to find these things, and that seems way above my pay grade right now to even be able to do. So, should probably
How much are you getting paid?
kind of look to Mythos like, how much am I getting paid?
My love is priceless, Gaia.
Well, there you go.
Well, we were
A lot of love.
en route to secure a ship, so eventually venturing out into the Cerulean Gulf is something that we can look into, but for now, it might be a bit beyond our reach.
All right. The island neighboring us, the inhabitants seem to just be be drunk party goers. Though I imagine that to sustain themselves, they have to resort to some rather treacherous behavior. They don't look like farmers. Catch my drift.
Upward of a dozen fortified locations, siege equipment. They have a boat.
Fortified.
Yeah, loose fortifications. They're doing something with explosions and turning sand into glass.
I think they're just bored. We could attempt to talk to them to investigate these dragon bones. I'm definitely interested, and I'm quite confident that if they were hostile, that we could wipe them from, the face of this ocean. But I don't know if it's worth the trouble. I would love to examine these dragon bones, so I think we could learn a lot about what these creatures really are, if we can examine an intact skeleton.
Yeah, I think that would be valuable knowledge.
Okay.
I think it's
Plus, I'd like to see pirates having the time of their life.
one of them launched themselves against the cliff. They had like a sort of some means to break the velocity of their fall somewhat, and then got yelled at by a siren. It was wild.
Well, that sounds fun.
They looked like partygoers. That's what I'm saying. So
Hero and Lero say they do that at the same time.
Mm.
Okay. Gaia, as you are under that tree, can you go ahead and make a perception check?
You said me?
Yeah. And because I was gonna say, because you are a little bit, you're still in that like heightened aware sense. Can you roll it with advantage? Sorry, I should have prefaced before you rolled and just came to me.
Perception. Big money.
Oh,
Big
shit.
money. Huge money.
You hear or you feel that pulse once more from the tree, and you cannot understand what the tree is saying, but you get the feeling that it's trying to tell you something. And so when you turn back to the tree and you look over at it, and it's kind of like groaning and like, and you can hear Bobo and Choco, actually Mythos, because you're next to them, you would see that their ears kind of go up and they swivel over to where the tree is. As it opens up, Gaia, you can see that somewhere inside, there's something like inside of the tree.
I'll reach for it.
Okay. You reach for it, and you see that's actually bigger than what you see. And so you use a second hand, and you kind of like feel something cylindrical, maybe. You pull it out, and in your hand
Shut
is
up,
a
Alex.
dragon egg.
sorry, but you can use something to get the tree off.
I'm walking into things. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. As long as it's making you guys laugh. Well, you got a dragon egg. There's a dragon egg in your hand. It is.
Holy shit! What is that?
Yeah.
It's Gaia's. Everybody gets one except Hesperia.
I think Hesperia like pushes Calder. Like we'll just say she was like a step behind Calder. She's aware of positioning sometimes. Wants to if something happens, has the fighter just to step in. She just like shoves him to the side. And I was like, what is that? Give me that! Give me that! What is that?
Calder looks at the weak little noodle arm shoving him and just kind of takes a half step back.
She's not.
Just palms her head, just like moves her.
Where'd you get that from? That was in there? What? Like all of a sudden she's like hella invested though, like she was kind of like
end scene.
Don't you drop that, don't
What
you drop
color?
that. What color egg?
It's silver.
Ooh.
Silver.
Wait, a silver egg came out of the fire tree?
Hey.
You don't know.
Hey, this fire tree fucks.
Yeah. Gaia gave the tree a hand job.
And the silvery eggs came out.
Y'all couldn't
With so
see
big
it,
Eddie
but
used two
the
hands.
jerking hand motion was provided with that comment to silvery eggs.
Lord.
I was trying so hard not to make a joke about you reach into the tree and pull out Papa Smurf.
Oh, that would have been so funny.
Imagine. Wow.
Right.
We done for tonight?
Yep, we are good.
Yeah.
We are set for, I believe, this week Friday to. I think of those. We finished 6, part 3. We're officially on 7.
Well, it's decided we are on part 7.
We are on part 7. I know. I believe. John Chinny. Continuing on.
The following week, be down a Gorby, I believe.
Okay.
But-
Okay. So we'll be back on this probably. Okay. So we'll be back on Friday the 6th and then Friday the 10th for the episode 63 of
We'll still have
Dragonlords.
a weekend. We'll still have it on Friday, mind you. Down one.
Okay.
Plan to continue.
Right on.
All right.
Good night.
Good night,
Good night.
everybody.
Good night.